Thinking of moving to Delray Beach and want to know what the pros, what the cons are? Well, I'm going to tell you right after this. Hey everybody, I'm Palm Beaches Paul, your local realtor and guide to the Palm Beaches, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm coming to you from the beautiful Veterans Park here in Delray Beach, right on the Intercoastal. As you can see, we got boats going by and the water right behind me and some really nice condos back there. I actually showed one of my buyers those condos a couple weeks ago. Great views up there. So about a year ago, I made a video called The Pros and Cons of Delray Beach. It's one of my better videos. It's got about 17,000 views currently. But I was new and making videos at that time, and there's a couple things that I should have done differently. One of them was showing you more B-roll, showing you the city, and less of this face. And that's from actual comments that people left in the comment section. They basically said it's 15 minutes of an old man talking. We'd rather see more of the city. So I bring you the 2021 version of Pros and Cons of Delray Beach. Now I'm not going to do the exact same video. I switched it up a little bit. Things have changed. Obviously COVID and the real estate market has greatly changed. So I kind of changed it. I added a couple new things to it, and then I got a special one for the very last pro. So I'm going to address the 5 cons of Delray Beach, then we'll go to the good stuff, the 5 pros, but be sure to stay to the end because the last one is special. All right, con number 1, the traffic. Delray's getting crowded. First of all, it's winter, so it's the hottest time of the month, and I mean that by popularity, not by temperature. And just there's so many people coming down here that the traffic is absolutely ridiculous, and it's getting harder and harder to find parking spaces when you're driving around. So most of the restaurants and all the action, and one of the major access roads to the beach is Atlantic Avenue. So it's always packed. Now you can take Linton Boulevard, but that's not much better, and basically get off I-95. Either one of those roads will run east and west, but as you're heading east towards the beach, which is where everyone wants to be, it's just a madhouse right now, especially in the winter months when we have so many people coming down from the northeast. I mean, have you seen the weather up in the northeast lately? Yeah, I wouldn't want to be there either. So everybody's coming down here, and so traffic's getting pretty bad. It does die down a little bit in the summertime, but there's a lot of people that are just moving to Florida permanently, and that means the traffic's just going to continually get worse. So traffic is definitely one of the cons here in Delray Beach. All right, number 2, the crowds. All that traffic, all those people, man, Delray's really getting crowded. It is the destination for not only a lot of people who just want a vacation, but a lot of people who want to move. I've had 3 calls just in 2 days from people from up north wanting to buy a condo or a house or something here in Delray Beach. It's a great city, it has a lot to offer, but it was always considered a small town, and now this small town is getting really crowded. And that's evident of when you go up to the beach and you try to find a parking space, or even you go out onto the beaches are pretty crowded. The restaurants are crowded. So, you know, it's going to happen. You have a really popular place like Delray Beach, and word gets out, which it has been for the past 10 years, it's just going to end up getting crowded and more crowded, and unfortunately it is. We'll take a pause for a moment because we have the really cool Lady Atlantic pulling in right now. It's a little day cruise you can take. It goes up and down the Intercoastal, and in the holiday season you can charter it out, and you know, there's parties on it. I've been invited to some networking events on it with different groups, so just something fun to do. I've never been on it, but I think I need to one of these days. All right, con number 3 would be the cost of living in Delray Beach. Now obviously with all the people coming down here and the shortage of homes, it's caused, you know, a big influx in the price. I mean, prices have gone up 17% since this time last year. There's a shortage of homes, so obviously that's increasing the cost, and rentals aren't much better. Rentals are extremely expensive in the Delray Beach area, especially if you're trying to be in East Delray. You know, there is a West Delray. I always talk about East Delray. There is the West area, and there's a lot more gated communities out there, and then there's a lot more 55 and older communities out there. But you know, when you think of Delray Beach, a lot of people want to be by the water, the beach, the restaurants. They want to walk to everything. And if you want to live there, you're going to have to pay a lot of money because it is quite expensive. And of course, the insurance here in Florida in general is homeowners insurance is more expensive, car insurance is more expensive, dining out, the restaurants on Atlantic Avenue can be a little bit expensive, and the drinks. So it's a popular place and they know it, so prices are going to be higher than maybe some place that's not as crowded. So yeah, the cost of living in Delray Beach can be pretty high. And that's why when a lot of people ask, you know, are there some other places, then I'll talk to them about some other cities outside of Delray Beach. But, you know, if you have the means and you want to live in the city that's got all the action, then Delray Beach is where you want to be. Number 4 con of living in Delray Beach. Man, there's a lot of new construction. With all that new construction, it's obviously affecting the traffic. So they go hand in hand. Traffic jams, new construction, headaches. There's a new Atlantic crossing going up. They have a new Delray market coming to town. They have new condos coming to town. They got new everything. There's just building and building and building going on in Delray Beach. And a lot of the old timers, they hate it. But like I said in the video the last time, you know, it's going to happen. It's just time marches on, and there's always going to be some new construction. So, but all the construction is definitely a con. At some point, I guess it'll be a positive. It depends how you look at it. But for right now, it's just a big mess. All right, and for the last con, this one goes out to my boy Vincenzo. He's just some kid that walked by while I was videoing, and so I told him I'd throw his name in the video, and I asked him what did he think the number 5 con is, and his friend said the bipolar weather. So I have to agree. We were in like the 50s, I think a week ago, in the 40s. Heck, they said the 20s on the news in some places further out west, but it was cold. It's cold for us down here. And today it is sunny and hot, and I think it's almost 80 degrees. So one week it's jackets and hoodies, and today it's flip-flops and shorts. So all right, so the number 5 I guess could be the bipolar weather, but in general I think we have pretty good weather here, except for the middle of summer, but we won't go there. Oh yeah, if this is your first time to my channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave a comment. It helps me out. All right, back to the video. All right, I always enjoy talking about the pros much better. So, all right, let's get to it. So the number 1 pro about Delray Beach, the beach. I mean, it is just a magnificent beach. It's beautiful, it's clean. They have lifeguard stations. They have sections over here where there's no lifeguards if you want a little more privacy. It's just a really nice, clean beach, and there's lots of parking up and down A1A, although it does fill up pretty quickly in the wintertime. But it's late in the afternoon, and I found a parking space on my first try. So on the weekends it's a little harder, but it's just really nice beaches, and they got all these little facilities like this park bench I'm sitting on, and they got the showers you can rinse off. And then you're close to some restaurants up here, so it's one of the main attractions. Obviously, why people move to Delray Beach and vacation here in Delray Beach is because of the beach itself, and of course the warm Atlantic waters. So, but overall, it's a really nice wide beach, and they got these beautiful sand dunes that lead up to it. So, matter of fact, the gentleman was just telling me at one time it actually used to be all parking lot behind me, like all the way back in here where you see the sand dunes. Back in the 50s, I guess, that was all parking lot. So, and they just let nature kind of take it back. So, but definitely the beaches would be a big pro of living here in Delray Beach. Whew, I'm getting hungry. So let's talk about pro number 2, restaurants and dining. Delray Beach has everything from Cut 432 to Boston's to Vic and Angelo's, you name it. There's just so many different restaurants along Atlantic Avenue and on the side streets, Rocco's Tacos, El Camino, whatever your taste is, there's a restaurant here for you. From high-end to casual dining, there's just lots of places to eat here in Delray Beach. So you won't have a hard time finding a place to get a good bite on Atlantic Avenue or even on the side streets. All right, moving along, pro number 3. Bicycles. Delray Beach is a very bicycle-friendly city. You will see bicycle lanes all over the place. You will see people riding their bikes everywhere. You've seen me ride my bike in many of the videos when I'm not on my skateboard. It's just a bike-friendly city, and they have certain paths for the bikers, and you still have to watch it with all that traffic. You got to be safe, but there's lots of places to bike ride and side streets, and the scenery is beautiful, and you can bike through some of the old neighborhoods, or like I have, come up here and bike along the beach. So if you're into biking, it is definitely a bike-friendly place. I recommend get your bike, come on down, and go for a ride. You won't regret it. All right, we're almost done. All right, pro number 4. Now, I added this one because I just think it's really cool, and it does get hot here in the summer, and you want a place to cool off, and you want something fun to do for all ages. So I think pro number 4 for Delray Beach is the Delray Beach Pinball Museum, or the Silver Ball Pinball Museum here in Delray Beach. I did a video about that place. It's just super fun. They have all your old school video games. They have some new video games, lots of the really antique and old pinball machines, and of course all the favorites like Asteroids and Galactica or Galactica. It's been a while since I played that. Can't even pronounce it. But it's just a really cool place. And then they have food and drinks, good beer. It's a great place to host an event. And the last time I did a video here, I had trucks going by. But this time I get a helicopter. All right, what are you gonna do? But definitely check out the Silver Ball Pinball Museum, and it's right by the railroad tracks next to Johnny Brown's. It's just a really fun place. I'll put a link in the the about section for you, but it's a really good place to go and have a good time and get out of the heat, especially in the summer or when it's raining. Just a fun thing to do. All right, and we made it to number 5. The number 5 pro about living in Delray Beach. What is it? I want you to tell me. Tell me what you really love about Delray Beach. Have you been here before? What was your favorite thing? What was your favorite restaurant? What is something that you absolutely love about either living in Delray Beach, or if you've just visited here, but what did you really like about Delray Beach? Leave it in the comments down below. I'll try to get back to all the comments, but just let me know what you thought and what you really love about Delray Beach. All right, appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to click the links at the end of this video to watch some of my other videos, or just watch one of my playlists. And as always, when you're in the Palm Beaches, get out and enjoy paradise. I'll talk to you next week.